Alrighty, we are back for episode 2 of Lies of P. And we are going to continue on our journey. Didn't mean to do that. So this tripped me out
Let's be more careful.
the first
The
time.
Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate these guys.
Like, I immediately thought
Don't be
that,
alarmed.
going
My name is
into
Chili.
this light
We'll talk later.
would
We're
be
safe.
something bad, so I was like, oh, we should go around it. But no. It's just set dressing. I don't know if you can hear that odd noise that I'm hearing, but my puppy is sitting by me and biting / scratching at himself. So a Legion magazine is what is used to somewhat refill your Legion arm usability. Not super useful. It does not refill a whole lot, but every little bit helps on some things.
Elysian Boulevard was a regular rich people row. You wanted fancy boutiques and shops. No place better. But that was long ago. Before the puppet frenzy.
This will be a shortcut for later. If you ever wonder if you're on the correct side to open a shortcut, the side that you can open has got that red button, and if you try to open it, it doesn't do any damage to you, but it looks shocking. Oh, it was out of range. Oh! Star fragments are what you use to call in assistance in a boss fight. I'm not really sure if that has a multiplayer aspect, because the only places I've been able to use it have been to call in an NPC to help. Buff our defenses a little bit there. Wandering around with half health is just asking for trouble. Different enemy types are weak to different things. I mean, that's fairly self-explanatory, I would think, but... Puppet's big weakness is electricity. This is a shortcut. Our stargazer is right down over there. You can just see it under the bridge there. Wait a minute. I went the wrong way. It happens. I can't remember. Yes, there is an item over here. Yeah, there is a gunner out there. I'm gonna go this way first, if I remember right. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. We are gonna go the other way first. The environment is fairly brutal on your weapons, and what I mean by that is swinging. You will think you are safe to swing quite often. I'm gonna go back since we only have one charge on our pulse cells right now. One nice thing about this game is if you've used all your pulse cells, but you can, trying to remember how to word this. If you've used all your pulse cells, dealing damage to enemies will help recharge one. And different weapons have different recharge rates on that. But it is kind of nice. When you run out, you do have a chance to get some back. yeah, we'll be finding a ton of Fable catalysts and star fragments. I think on my personal playthrough, I've got like 40-some fragments and 30 Fable things in my storage. Yeah, that is what I mean. So this next area is a little bit of a pain, because not only do you have, you know, melee enemies to deal with, you also got these guys that will be throwing electrical canisters at you, basically. So it's a load of fun to deal with. And the only real way past it is through it. Yeah. They hurt. Fortunately, they are fairly easy to avoid. It's just when you got a bunch of other guys coming at you, and then you have someone do it with range, it just gets annoying. So that item we just picked up basically reduces how fast the status bar fills. It's about the best way I can think to explain it. Like if you're walking in a poisoned swamp area, it reduces how quickly you get poisoned and whatnot. So that is our path to progress over there. As you can see, there is a big guy in our way. Nice thing about that, though, if you really want to, if you have picked up enough throwables, you can just sit here and throw them at him. Like, he will, you know, try to get towards you, but there is not a way for him to get to you if you're up here. It is, admittedly, a little cheaty, in my opinion, but if you're having trouble with him, it is a way of getting past him. But we're not going to tango with him quite yet. Oh, I guess we are. Okay. So what I'm going to do is step out of his line of sight and put on these just to maybe help a little. Give our sword some electricity. Yeah, he looks significantly scarier than he is. I say that as he's almost got us, you know, dead, but could have definitely been worse. So that is your first amulet. Gives you a little bit of a boost to your HP. It's not a massive boost by any means, but it is nice. And here we have another Stargazer. One thing that I've noticed is this game, it's really good about, like, every time I've thought, you know, they really should have a Stargazer around this point, usually, like, a minute after I have that thought, there's either a Stargazer or a shortcut back to a previous one. So it's come in very handy. Here's another one of our merchant friends.
I know what you... Don't worry. I won't cause any... for your info.
They never say anything important. Since we are going to be going back to level up, may as well give ourselves the best chance possible. He is not carrying anything that we need. This will be a shortcut later on. One interesting thing, so you notice in the upper right where it has that little blue symbol and then you see the 3,874. So that clearly is, you know, how much ergo we have on us. If it is in white text, you do not have enough on you to level up, but when it switches to blue, it means you have enough for at least one level.
I'll use my power gel.
Which is kind of nice to have that little visual indicator at all times. We are one ergo short from a third level. I'm gonna find something in our inventory that is
Welcome.
inconsequential to sell. Oh, yeah, that right there. Good enough.
I'll use my power.
So, foregoing balance for a minute, basically what I tried to do in my personal playthrough, and what seems to be working out really well for me, is capping my vitality stat at 20. Because, like, once I hit that point, I have not put another into it. Getting all your vitality, vigor, motivity, and technique to 20 with this style of playthrough is fantastic. It's working out really well for me. Again, depending on the kind of player you are, mileage may vary, but you know, what I try to do with this is show an easily repeatable build. You know, something anybody could try out if they wanted to. Alright, so this is one of those instances where our Legion arm is going to come in handy, because right behind him, out of sight, is an enemy that will hit us immediately. So that's what this has gotten good use for. Okay, I thought there was a branching path there, but there wasn't. So this is also going to be one of those classic traps that anybody familiar with Dark Souls and the like might sniff out immediately. But if you go for the glowy, you got him. I didn't realize that I'd gone far enough for him to hit me. Oh well. He's easy to deal with. And I mean, those things don't do mass damage. So I mean, it's not like getting hit is going to be the once with them is going to be the difference between success and failure. So this is going to be one of those instances where
Wait, I can sense something
you see that
strange.
the light on
Jeepers.
your lamp has changed
Butterfly?
colors.
Why is the
And what that
arrow acting
means
like that?
is that
If you
this
wanna
one of
check
these
it
is
out,
about to
I can
spawn,
take point.
called dimensional butterflies, and killing them will either get you upgrade material or a crank or something to help upgrade your Legion arm. They're very useful, honestly. Alright, so going down here is kind of risky because it's not a necessary place to go. But there are enemies and items, so if you want to do some farming, it's not a bad way to do it. These things, I'm going to show you them real fast. You knock this off, and it does that. It does stop after a short period of time, but it is just something to be aware of. If you accidentally hit one of those while hitting an enemy, you need to clear out quickly. Yeah. There's one of them right there. That's why we pulled that guy closer, because if you do a backstab right there, it'll knock it off and set off the trap. That's another use for this Legion arm, is to safely from range disarm those. Apparently he spun around enough to get a backstab off there. Nice. That, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we will open later. And then there's another one of those somewhat pain kind of guys with just a weirdly high HP reserve. Now, fairly obviously, typically, the heavier the weapon, the sooner you can get them into a stagger state to do that. It's not so bad with a balanced weapon.
I wish we could play together. Like we used to. Who is it? Is that you, Murphy? Oh. I guess not. Sorry,
So every once in a while you find a window you can talk to?
Murphy is a super cool police officer. I wish I was like him. If only we could play together, Murphy. I miss you.
But, yeah, that's this area. The enemies are spaced out enough that it's not really dangerous to come down, but it is riskier than just avoiding it. I honestly don't remember what we picked up. Oh yeah, this. Another defensive part. There we go. Progress is this way. You can get context clues, you know, and story stuff when you see a glowy like that. Here's another window we can talk to.
This must be your first time in... For most people, this is their last stop. You are 9-1. May I ask you a favor?
This lady wants us,
My family took my baby from me.
well, as you can see, to find her baby.
They said it was for my own good, but it was heartless just the same. A baby must be with its mother. Thank you so much.
You do get,
Please hurry. Before I lose my sight. Please.
She said the baby was at City Hall. Should we check it out?
you do get,
I hope everybody's safe.
a neat item for helping her. And we got another one of these guys, but we know how to deal with them. Yeah. The unblockables can be kind of rough. And then we get his weapon. That is, as far as I'm aware, that's a set drop, so you'll always get it from killing him. Doggo, and a guy with a sword back there. apparently you can't pull the dogs. That's good to know. But you can do some pretty decent damage to them. The sword guys aren't much more of a challenge, except they have the option to block. And then this is, again, a fairly useless shortcut, if I'm completely honest with you, because, like, this is the area that, you know, we came down, had a bunch of enemies, picked up some items, but when we go this way, if you watch the left, this happens. Honestly, when fighting those sword guys there, it's almost like a dance, and it's a lot... It's weirdly soothing to fight them. But this shortcut is one... Oh, I lifted the lever, but I didn't... Or I thought I did. This takes us back to our merchant friend and to our stargazer. So that other shortcut is 100% useless, but it is kind of neat that they have them, but at the same time, like, if you're competent enough to unlock the shortcut, you should be competent enough to unlock the one literally right by it at the Stargazer. You would think, right?
Welcome.
Not purchase, sell. Do our best to try to get a couple of more levels.
I'll use my...
One more level in Vitality and I'm done leveling it up, at least for the foreseeable future. And then this shortcut, if I remember right, will take us basically right to the next boss fight. Like, we were so close, almost right there. And we can do that without waking the dog. Cool. Yeah, another one of those repair tools that never used. Alrighty. Yeah.
Come out, Geppetto! You've got a lot to answer for! You know what caused the puppet frenzy, don't you? You're their maker, practically their father! You and the alchemist scheming together. Tell me the truth! What's your problem? I'm here for the old man. Get lost. Wait. I know you. Or more like, I know what you are. You're the devil's puppet. You can't sneak past me. Die!
And this is the next boss.
Cursed puppet! Back again?
Yeah, his unblockable has got 3 swings to it. As you can see, his damage output is not phenomenal by any means. And you can backstab him.
Cursed puppet! Back again!
Some bosses have a phase 2, some do not. Human bosses typically don't, if I remember right. So that right there is what it looks like when you press triangle on PlayStation and I think it's Y on Xbox. And use your Fable charges. With this blade, you get that triple slash real quick. If we weren't wearing these clothes, you would see blood on his hands, and he's looking at it, and here's Geppetto.
Finally, we meet, son. It's a dream come true. Seeing you like this. I understand why some people despise me. I invented the puppets after all. I should take responsibility as their maker. But in order for me to do that, I need to take care of the puppets at City Hall. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful.
So you got the key, the assembly tool, and you also picked up the boss's clothes.
I want to hear all about your experiences, but now isn't a good time. Use the Stalker's key to open the bridge door. Then it will catch up at Hotel.
So basically, he's telling you, you gotta go to City Hall. There will be another boss at City Hall. It's not very far to the next boss, but I do think we're gonna run back to...
So, about that weapon assembly tool you were talking about. If you find any more weapons, let's try using them here.
We're gonna run back to our hub, put that last level in our vitality, and then finish up the side quest with the old woman or the weeping woman that wants her baby, because we will find something to give her. And that'll be next episode, but we'll wrap up this one here. I will show you the weapon assembly stuff. So basically, other than boss weapons, you can put any blade with any handle if you want to. Honestly, I have been using the same handle the whole time in my other playthrough until I got the boss weapon that I wanted. So it's completely fine to leave as is for now. But we'll run back to the hotel, get a level, upgrade our sword a little more because we should have enough materials to do that at least once.
Welcome to...
Huh, I thought we had some ergo chunks on us, but oh well, not a huge deal.
I'll use my power.
And that's the last level I plan on putting there, and we can then go back to balancing out the other 3 stats.
I know my way around a weapon.
Okay, yes, we do have enough, and we are halfway to getting it to +3. But we're going to wrap up right here and start from here for the next episode. I will catch you later.